How could you guys be so quick? All of you, unbelievable. It's like Excalibur and David were on the corner waiting with their binoculars. That's the starting point. Hello, Mika. Good to see you, dear. Avatar, David. You guys are hilarious. Amazing. Did not expect it. I was just cleaning my glasses. Within few seconds. And I thought to myself, well, I have an appointment to go to downtown today. And I said, okay, I won't be able to do the live talk. And then I said, maybe I can for an hour. I still have time, so let's quickly do that. And I didn't think that probably gonna. I thought this probably gonna be a while before you guys notice it, because I put the post on Facebook page just a couple of minutes ago. And I thought, okay, we'll see. You guys are amazing. Lovely to see you all here. Now we have, what is the time right now? We have 12:38. 1 hour and 45 minutes is the max that we could be together. So let's see the hellos and we'll get on with it. So we have Excalibur, David, Mika, Avatar, David again. Okay, yes. Okay, and Marielos, hello, and Alessandro, Reese, from Sunday evening in UK. Reese in UK, good. And David says, I actually hit the notification on my phone by accident. Oh, so that means you could have been earlier, or what? Or you just happened. It was mind connection between all of us. Mariela says, Excalibur has sold his soul to the devil. Yeah. And David is right behind him. Are you saying I'm the devil, Mariela? Mika. Ah, good, Mika. We're all gonna have a bunch of tea drinkers soon enough. El Haj, good to see you. Excalibur said, I got the notification, Mehran, and the goddamn mouse slipped from my hand. And I switched to the laptop mouse very quickly and tapped quick as hell. Well, you certainly did win by a nose. You know what? When we get bigger than in numbers, and we get more organized, we could make it exciting by having some kind of a prize when we have enough finances coming generated from from the YouTube and all. Some kind of a prize for whoever hits first on the live talks. That could make it a little bloody experience. That's right, #1 chat championship. All right, guys. So we are here, and we're gonna be here together, and hopefully that you guys had a good yesterday, and we'll have a good today and a better one tomorrow. Which, when you think of it, yesterday was a today. Today is today now, and tomorrow when it comes, it's still today. So there is only really today. There is no real yesterday, because yesterday when it was alive, it was called today. And today is alive, so it's called today. Tomorrow, there is no such thing waiting for us with the name of tomorrow. When tomorrow is that what we call tomorrow is today. So there is really life all about today. So let's focus on the now. let's forget about the past, which we don't need, the stuff that we don't need of the past. Let's forget about living in the memory. Let's forget about what we could conjure up and then worry about it, which hasn't happened, for the future. And let's focus on what we can only touch, reach, change, modify, and witness it's happening, which is only today, which we call it life. And that would be the real living, instead of our life to be in the memory or something that hasn't happened yet, which we call it, what we call living would be in the death of the past or death of a future which is not born yet, in that way. So let's focus on what we are doing today, on our breathing. And focusing on the breathing tells us we are with the moment, we are with life, we are here, we are alive, and we feel and can make changes into what it is, flowing as a way of energy. So, having said that, let's see what we have here. Alessandro from Italy, buongiorno o buonasera. Excalibur says, I feel so good for no reason. How can I make this feeling permanent? Haha, that's when your suffering starts. When you start making temporary to permanent, that's when the suffering starts. Even if it's a good feeling or bad feeling, which you don't want to make the bad feeling permanent. But when you're having a joy and you try to turn the joy, which is for that moment, for that particular circumstance, you want to have more of it. That when you want to turn it into pleasure, which would be something that you could have all the time, and then you worry about how can I make it permanent. That's the beginning of suffering. That's the beginning of turning things into a routine, and call that joy, pleasure, and then that would be the gateway to boredom, because when you have that all the time and there is constantly expected it to be, it becomes part of your routine, and then it's no longer a joy, no longer something that you would feel exciting, because it becomes part of your routine, and then you begin to think, I'm gonna get bored with this. David says, when trying to get the first comment on here, you have to live in the present. But as soon as you put the comment in, is the past. Alessandro says, hey Mehran, can you plan a session of guided meditation? Yes, I intend to do. I make some changes to create the necessary surrounding space for it. Then we will have, when we have enough people who are interested in that, and then we could then have a guided meditation, and we will enjoy that. Excalibur says, I swear I'm not on any mind altar. Except if you count, okay. You and your fantasies, Excalibur. Yeah, Alessandro is buonasera right now. So Champion says, how's the weather you live, Mehran? The weather right now is cloudy, not so cold, not warm at all. It's wet. It was raining probably all night, and it's not raining now, but it's cloudy. It's spectacular and sunny in Los Angeles. Yes, I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. Reese says, Mehran, you have probably covered this before, but when someone's broken up with us, why does our mind require that person back to make ourselves feel better, even when we know they are a crappy person? Because you're not thinking about that they're a crappy person. All you're choosing and selecting parts of the memory that you have with that relationship is all the goody-goody stuff. is when you felt good. The intimacy and the lovey-dovey, or the activities, the date, pleasantries, that's what comes to forefront of your mind. That's one. Second, well, you know, your ego is trying to get a hold of you to comply and continues encouraging desire to go after something that would end up fluffing the ego. So ego wants to be fluffed, encourages the desire. Desire goes into work and finds the steps necessary for the desire to be born in your memory, even though they're not happening again, but it did happen before, and you have that emotional file. You have those steps that is necessary for desire to be born, which you have discussed about what those steps are, how desire is born. If you don't remember it, go on the YouTube channel of mine and put in desire, and you will have a bunch of things, and many of them discuss what are the steps that actually needs to be taken for desire to be born. And then so we got that feeling of that you only remember the good stuff. You have the ego wants to encourage, wants to be fluffed, encourages the desire. Desire reaches into the memory and only finds the steps that is necessary for it to be born. And all those emotions come in and you remember it, then you feel those emotions, because the memory file of the emotions actually makes you feel. And then when you feel that emotion, which just came, the file came from the memory, but in fact you will react to it, because the emotional files in the memory, when you reach them, they actually make you feel as you did when it was happening. When that happens, then you think that it's happening now. Then the desire is now born, so you want it. That's why. And a few other reasons which we don't need to get into it right now, because then I'll go for a little bit longer than it should. So we're going to dedicate short time to each question so we can catch everyone's question before this 1 hour is up, and then I go about attending to some other matters. Mika says, I would appreciate a guided meditation. Good. David says, me too. Champion says, meditation is awesome. I would too. So we've got 4, I guess. Excalibur says, Mehran, do you believe thoughts are the source of suffering? Well, don't disappoint me by telling me you haven't watched the seminar that I did at Capilano University here. It's a local university in North Shore of Vancouver, a year or so ago, in regards to end of fear. And in there, I think it's probably one of the most unique, or maybe the only first time ever anybody was able to sew up a few things in that discussion. So if you go on YouTube channel and look at the End of Fear seminar in Capilano University, it will come up, and it's 50 minutes, and watch the whole thing, enjoy it, and you will see your answer is there about a thought, a fear, suffering. I notice when I feel like shit, Excalibur says, about something, when I'm occupied with something else, the bad feelings disappears for the time that I am occupied, and you don't notice. Well, have you had the chance to look at my recent upload, which says, it's about 6.5 or 7 minutes. It says, where does the breakup pain come from? Something like that. It's still there. In fact, if it's the first time somebody comes to our channel, that's the first video that is an introductory video. It's only 6 minutes, and I think it's very clear. Your answer is there. So, now, Batur says, hi sir, nice to see you again, good to see you. Nasro says, hi dear, how is your day going so far? Well, Nasro, as you can see, I'm here with you guys, and my day is going wonderful when I'm doing what I'm doing right now. Marilos says, too. Do you mean me too? Which means you're also interested in meditation. And Madara says, guys, like the video. Ha, there we go. Good for you. Madara reminds us all that everybody like the video, please. Like the live talk. Click on the like to make sure that we get on the board. Mika says, how go you keep the ego in check? Now, Mika, did you say you're also speaking different languages? Because that seems to be the case, because how go you keep the ego in check sounds to me like you're reversing the the CD backward. That's how it sounds. Perhaps it's a D. Is it D and G? Not so close. How do you? Probably how do you keep ego in check? It's a very good question, Mika, but allow me to handle smaller, shorter questions, like questions that need shorter answer. That's a beautiful question. Ask me another time when we have a lot more time. How do you keep the ego in check? We will start with understanding what ego is. And in the meantime, you can just click on ego, like, you know, search for ego in my channel and see what I've got there. And or maybe there's a playlist called ego. I'm not sure. Maybe I have one. And then next time we can discuss it further. Excalibur says, I only saw the seminar where a student tries to lift you up. Did I miss something? Well, that's only a short, only 5 minutes of it, or 10 or 12 minutes of it. The whole seminar is 50 minutes, and that is from beginning to an end, which would be something that you have that in there. Hello, Sandy. Sandy says, good evening, Mehran. You are dedicating so much time and energy to help us. I wish you very success. Thank you. My success is in the numbers that we could reach. And as long as you guys share the videos and we get to be visible by liking the videos, and that will happen. It's just a matter of time. We have good contents, good energy here, so people eventually will find us. The fact is that we're just not found, Sandy. That's all. Otherwise, I think we could hit that 1 million subscribers one day, but it could have been done by now. But we are just not visible. I don't know what I'm doing wrong as far as tagging or whatever the heck it is. But I've done whatever I could. Now, Reese says, liked. Thanks for your time once again, Mehran. You're welcome, Reese. Excalibur says, I'm also interested in a Mehran style meditation. Okay, good. I will bet with myself that you will begin with imagine a horse and focus on breathing. Well, if you imagine a horse, you will not be focusing on your breathing. You'll be focusing on the horse's breathing. Now, Alessandro says, hey, Mehran, I'm 21 years old and I still live with my parents. I can't clean my room because they usually do it, and now it feels like an impossible task for me. Any suggestion? Yeah, just get up and do it. Beat them, beat them to it, like a competition. Say, okay, my plan today is I clean my room before they get the chance to do it. It's a competition. That's who wins. And then after that, I will maintain my room, which is, you know, the first things you guys gotta do, no matter how sad or depressed or upset or whatever it is going on in your life. The first thing that you should never forget, when you get up and do your cleanup and brush your teeth or whatever it is that you do, make sure you fix your bed. Fix your bed. Why? Because that's the first thing that you can see the result of it right away, and you feel disciplined. You feel you fixed something. You feel good right there. With that little small action of fixing your bed, and making it nice and tidy and look good and clean and all the sheets, you know, properly, and then blanket and everything tight, you will feel tremendously powerful and positive, and it sets the tone for the day that I'm going to do everything that I need to do as good as I just did this, and I can accomplish things, and you will start the day with real good feeling of accomplishments is possible. So start always, no matter how pissed off or sad you are, fix your bed. That makes a big difference, even though it doesn't look like it. Yeah? So, Christian says, yeah, I made it in the first time. Alessandra said, I love my parents and they love me too, but I feel like staying in this house is making me weak. No, it's not about staying in the house that makes you weak. Just take over responsibilities. They will let go. They only try to hold you behind the saddle of your bike if you're wobbling. But once they see you, you know, doing a good job and riding it, they won't interfere and you will feel fine. You move out when you have a job and have enough money to move out. Otherwise, if you haven't trained yourself to be disciplined enough to do the things you gotta need to do, when you move out, it's even gonna be worse. And then they have to come to your place and clean it for you. You don't want that. So, Reese says, I fix my bed every morning first thing. I learned that from a Mehran video. Ah, good, you saw that. Good, good, good. Yeah. Yeah, I remember how it was also making us feel in the army. When I was doing my service, it was, I was actually pretty interested to do a real good job. Make sure that it looks really good. And we would just hit a coin on it, see if it bounces up or not. Alessandra said, thank you so much. That was golden. You're welcome. Kristen said, there's a great TED talk about fix your bed. Ah, really? Okay, good. Mariella says, we will all have our wisdom pose. Oh, yes, I forgot that. Everybody have a wisdom pose right now, okay? If you've got coffee or tea or something, I want you, if you're sitting or standing, your chest up in front and look at somewhere far. If you don't have anywhere far, just imagine somewhere far in your mind. See an ocean somewhere or some planet far away, and just let your feeling, thoughts, and energy follow as far as you can. Imagine that planet or that ocean, or the fact that you see the ocean far away. Just with your thoughts, go in the middle of the ocean. Touch the middle of the ocean. When you feel that right now, the expansion of your thought is experience. And you will feel, while you're extending your thoughts to that middle of the ocean or to the middle of the far place that you're imagining or you're focusing on, you will see you totally have been meditating because there was no other thing in your mind, and it was so relaxing. And one with the nature, you felt invincible. So that was our short connection with the nature. Now you can get back and ask me the questions. So Orange Ram says, honestly, Mr. Dadbeh, you really helped me out many times. Thank you for that. You're a great man. Oh, thank you. I am recently going through a breakup, but she did this to me 3 times already. So you're a pro right now. It doesn't bother you anymore. It's like judo and aikido. When you fall first, oh, it hurts maybe because you don't know how to do it. Second time and third time, eventually you become very expert and you roll when you fall. You don't really get flattened there. You know how to fall. So right now you should be expert. If she's done that a few times, then either don't take it seriously or just, you know, be okay with it. Eventually you got to deal with it and just understand that that's not your cup of tea. What do you do when it's not your cup of tea? Do you still keep drinking it? No, simple decisions in such matters. It's not your cup of tea. You don't like the smell. You don't like how it tastes. The cup is not clean. What do? Simple. You put it aside and you move on. Because you're focusing on that it wasn't for you. It wasn't clean. It wasn't tasting good. It wasn't smelling good. And that's it. That's all you think, and you move on. But if I keep putting it aside and move on and keep thinking, but you know, in that same cup, I did have some really good tea one day. Now the cup, let's say it's fallen in dog shit, and I'm still thinking about it as it used to be. Why? See it as it is. No longer. It used to be good. It was clean and I had good tea in it, but now it's fallen into dog shit, and therefore I simply see it as it is. And when I see it as it is, I won't be seeing it, perceiving it as it was. And then I can see, well, what it is not up to my standards. I don't want it. Easy for me to move away. But if you keep looking at it and thinking about it, how it was, you can't see what it is. And then you want it because you think it's really how it used to be. Same thing with your girlfriend. See her how she is, rather than thinking you miss her because how it used to be. It's not. That's dead. Face it. This girl with this manners, attitudes, the way she behaves and treats you, not good for you. So respect her wishes and respect yourself and move on. Next. And David says, I think I hurt my back doing the wisdom pose. Yeah. Excalibur says, I just did that pose, Mehran, and my roommate told me, are you practicing for... Well, I wonder what kind of pose you had. It was supposed to be a pose of extending your thoughts to the middle of the ocean or middle of somewhere far away. That's all. And Orange Ram says, over the same reason, saying she loses feelings and distance is too big of a problem. 2 hours apart. Oh my goodness, 2 hours apart. But every time she comes back, I took her. But even after all that, I still miss her. You don't miss her. You miss the intimacy. You miss the feeling you would be getting when you guys were good together. You miss that whole image you had made of that feeling. You miss the idea of feeling good through that kind of a relationship. That's what you're missing, and that's always replaceable. So simply be patient and have positive interaction with positive new friends and people. Build yourself, focus on your life and your duties and responsibilities. The new opportunities will appear and will present themselves. Then you will see, perhaps I will explore that. Simple. It's not a big deal. You make it big deal because you feel focus on it. Remember we said life is an illusion. Reality is the illusion that you focus on. Stop focusing on illusions. Yeah? Stop focusing on things that really are not panning out and they're not good for you, even though if they used to be pleasurable. Focus on the now. Make now your reality. That's where you focus. That becomes your reality. That is a real live life, and then you will reap the benefits as well. Your friends thought that you look extra macho with the wisdom pose. Shoulder backs and wisdom look. Yes, that's right. In fact, they say, I've heard, how true, I'm not sure, but I think it's true, that if you just pose like this with chest out and look important for a couple of minutes, that actually increases your testosterone. So there you go. Stand there all day long and you'll be just stud. Reese says, how come people are really down on certain dates i.e. an anniversary of a death or anniversary of a breakup, because in reality, it's just any other day. Yeah, but that is like a pointer to a file cabinet. That date, it takes you, it shows you the name of the file. If somebody has passed or something has happened, and then you go into that file, and all those files now become accessible. Within it, lots of emotional files, pictorial files, pleasure files, and all that is what you really affects you. Not the date itself, it's just another day. But what it refers to brings with it certain emotions, certain thinking, certain thoughts, certain files, certain pictures, and those are what affects you. And then you react to that, which some of it could be bringing back desire, because those files could have these steps that it takes for desire to be born. Some of it is talking about, you know, the pleasures, brings about the pleasures that you remember. All of that has what is pointing towards. So if you're with the now, if you're with the present, focus on that, then quickly they will go back to a filing cabinet and you will be busy with your daily affairs again. So guys, looks like we have done good enough for now. It's probably late in Europe anyhow. Many of you, most of you are in Europe, I believe, because nobody really today helped me out to know where you're tuning in from and so on and so forth. Only the ones that I know. And even I know most of you, I don't remember other than few of you where you are. I know Excalibur is in Spain, Mika is in Florida, David, I forgot where David is. I think he's in North America somewhere. And so, why don't you guys remind me? There we go. Just remind me quickly so I'll refresh my mind. David, I knew it's Texas. I knew that for sure. I just wasn't gutsy enough to say it, but I thought maybe I'm not right. So, okay, quickly just write down the ones that I didn't name, where you guys tuned in, so I will have an idea where I talked to. Honestly, David, I did. Yes, I got Mika right, I got Excalibur right, and there is a Reese from London, okay, and the next, quickly guys, just quickly write down where you're tuning in from, then we'll just say our goodbye and I'll go about the rest of the day, and you will too. And Marielas, Guatemala, oh yeah, I knew Marielas too. And Stian is from Norway. Oh, Stian has a question. 20-year-old from Norway, yes, good. I'm still severely depressed after my breakup, he says, with my girlfriend in January. I'm laying in my bed all day long and not eating and drinking. I just want her back. Have you enjoyed you know, being depressed and being on the bed and committing yourself to that feeling, because you're the one who makes yourself feel that way, because she's gone on doing her own thing, right? But it is you who have decided to punish yourself, or you think it's a sin if you let it go because you loved her, and because the love is your decision and your feeling, you think if you now don't love her, it's a disrespect to your love towards her, which means you're actually dissing yourself because it is you who decided to love her. So you're trying to protect that feeling, that respect to her, to love, and to your feeling towards her, as if she's a god of some kind, and you're hoping that, oh, she will see it if I don't. If she sees me, I'm miserable, she'll come back. If I send that kind of a thought, and none of that is true. Just see what you got with having been doing what you've been doing. Nothing. More miserable, and you're conditioning yourself to lay in the bed longer, to be more miserable. That becomes part of your routine. Pretty much you become definitely depressed and have no interest to do anything else, because you've created a conditioning of yourself to be in this field. And if you focus that it's not getting you anywhere, you'll say, heck with this. You know, if you have a trap of some kind, waiting for some bird or something come there so you can then grab it and cook it and eat it, and if it doesn't happen after a while, sitting there, and you put certain kind of a bait and it still doesn't work, so what do? You see, it doesn't work. Why should I sit here and be depressed and hungry and eventually pass out because of hunger? I got to get up and go. Now, if you didn't have the comforts that you have, and if you really don't like the way you're feeling, do something about it. If there was a truck to come and hit you, would you still be there? No, you will see a more valuable thing will be lost if you still try to protect this feeling that you think is valuable. So find something more valuable, which is your life, which is your quality of your life. You focus that this feeling is like the truck is about to hit you and standing there. Why? Is your life not worthy? Is your life less worthy than her? Is the whole thing that the life can offer you, all the wonders that is out there for you to explore and see and experience, all the other girls that you can meet, are they not worthy for the girl that doesn't want to be with you and there is no relationship here? So you're actually sacrificing all that wonderful things that possibly could happen out there with something that is not even real, that used to be. How disrespectful can you be to your life? And the fact that this feeling is like that truck that is about to come and hit you and you're standing there, how respectful are you to your life? The life that millions and millions have been sacrificed for you to have it. You know, when your mom and dad tried for procreation, 300 million other sperms didn't make it. You did. And all you're doing is laying on bed, and that's how you take advantage of this wonderful opportunity for living and experience life with all the things that is out there. You've sold it all just for what? Be between the legs of some girl? Who gives a shit? She doesn't want it, that's her right. You get up and go and build a life for yourself. So find something more valuable that will tell you that you should not sacrifice that. And that more valuable thing is your life and the opportunities out there. Don't sell it out to something that is nothing. Get up and go out and try to explore and find more opportunities. And then in time you will see that it won't be too difficult to create a better opportunity out there and find a better girlfriend. Unless you move, nothing will move for you. So if you understand that, then you'll get off your ass and take good care of yourself and focus on your life rather than on somebody else's life. Focus on the fact that you don't want to be with someone who doesn't want you. You want to be with someone who wants you. So that's already a disqualifier on her. Get up and respect yourself and grow a pair and go out and live. Now, Stian says, I'm watching your videos and talking to professional people, but I feel it is impossible to move. No, it's not impossible. You are thinking it's possible. And thought comes before action. If you think it's impossible, then it's impossible. You put your hands right here on your chest, right? Everybody do that. Everybody who's watching me do that. Put your hand right here and think that this hand is glued to my chest. Is glued so hard that it's impossible to take it off. While you're thinking it's glued so hard, so tight, and it's impossible to take it away, while you think that it's impossible, try to take it away. But think it's impossible. It's impossible. I can't. It's glued. It's glued. It's stuck here. It's glued. You will see that while you think that way, you cannot take it off because your mind moves the body. Your mind commands what should and shouldn't be. And now say, oh, I can move it. There we go. It is your mind that commands what you're doing. It's not that the way it's being happening is by itself. No, it is you. Change your mind, change your action, change your state. Move. That's all. Nothing is impossible. What's impossible is you making it impossible. Wanting it to be impossible. So want possibility. That's as simple as that. Now, if you don't care about yourself, nobody else will. Nobody's going to feel sad at you. She's not going to show up and say, oh, take me, because you've been just laying in bed like a loser. Come on, you're not a loser. You're a man in Norway, one of the most beautiful and successful countries in the world. Go explore life. Don't sum up life to some one broken relationship. There's 7 billion people out there. Half of them are women. Go and find, socialize, find new friends, and try to learn the magics that each one of them hold. Share with them. In time, you'll be fine. But make that move. Move your ass. All right, Sandy says, have a good afternoon. Good afternoon, Sandy. Blue Fox says, Marcus, 25-year-old from lovely Sweden. Ah, we are now. I used to have lots of clients from Sweden, but I haven't seen new Swedish friends to join us, but lovely to see you. So, Marcus, 25 years old from Sweden. Paul says, you deserve so many subscribers. I know, Paul. That's why I need your help and everybody else's to share the videos that you like, whether it's about breakups or from the playlist, the Psyche, things to do with thoughts, consciousness, fear, desire, and ego. Share them, like the videos, make comments, and talk to your friends. Eventually, we'll get more subscribers, which we are all hoping for. The more subscribers we have, the more time I can put on this, and I love to do that. Excalibur says, Mehran, do you think girls move on more quickly compared to guys because they have so much more options waiting after a breakup effortlessly? It's pretty much true because, you know, most guys are driven by their program for procreation and their hormones, and we just love women, and women don't select men the way that men are attracted to women. They have a little bit more of a complex way to choose men. At least that's how it used to be. It still is, even though it's all so different societies now and cultures, but it is. So because they represent that intimacy and pleasure that boys, most boys are interested, therefore they're always being pursued, so they have a lot more options. So that's true, I think. But it doesn't mean that they are have less feelings or less pain when they break up with someone that they love. They go through the same pain that the boys go. No different. It's just that they have more options. They'll be approached with more opportunities to kind of choose, because, you know, men are attracted to them for intimacy, and that's just the program. But their attraction to men is not as simple as it is for men to them. So it takes a little bit, and men, therefore their options are a little bit less. They have to approach, they have to make the first contact, initiate the approach, and, you know, impress the girl, while the girl, without doing anything, impresses the guys, because we are visual and we look for that beauty and intimacy and the sex and so on. It's already creates that introduction and attraction to us automatically. But the girls are attracted differently. It needs interactions and communication and so on. So they choose wisely, wiser than we do. We just go by instinct, and then we find out, oh, we made a mistake, because we think just because we are attracted to them, then therefore they're smart too. They have everything that we wanted, because we can't see anything beyond that. But we got to train ourselves to expect more, see beyond that initial attraction that we naturally have in our genes and programs towards women, and then we will have a better chance to have selected better. So, having said that, okay, Excalibur. So Blue Fox says, how do you handle fear? Well, if you go on my channel, just put fear, you'll have numbers. Or if you go to a playlist, fear, I think I have there, or the end of fear. Watch the video called The End of Fear, a seminar I did in a local university, and that's 50 minutes, and you will really enjoy that. And of course, in my book, Me, My Psyche, and I, there's tremendous focus on this topic of fear, and you will have many of them. And you can either go on my site, mindthatseekstruth.com, and click on the books and look at the table of chapters, the table of contents, and the chapters that is in there, and then click on and read the sample chapter and see, that addresses those stuff for you. And then you can get it in printed, which are very expensive, but they include shipping, but that's the only way we can. They're heavy and they're big and they're thick. Or you can get the ebook, which is just like dirt cheap. That's why I purposely made it so everybody can afford it with any currency. And then read on fear, and also check it out on YouTube, and you will see a number of videos on that. How to handle fear? I would like to start my own business in the future, but I also feel fearful of that thought. And what if it fails? What if it fails? Who gave you the guarantee that your life will be the way you want it, but you're still going through it because you believe that you gotta try? So if you have already figured out all the ins and outs of it, and you don't just go in without equipment, without being prepared, then perhaps you gotta try. But you do your due diligence first, and then how do you handle that type of fear? Okay, yeah, you look at the fear, and the concept of it is the same, whether it's for business or not. You will see the concept is universal. You're welcome. Blue says thanks. Sandy says, I wish I were able to help gain more subscribers. I'm not on any other social sites. I always recommend you to others who I have contact with. That's good enough. Thank you very much. Mika says, Norway is beautiful. At least go for a walk for a little. Enjoy the beautiful waterfalls. Oh yes. See, there it is. That is true. Norway, actually, it's one of the places that I like to see. And I've heard so much about it, and all the social arrangements and social services that makes me feel they're taking wonderful care about their people. And it's not all about profits and money. It's all about lifestyle and harmony with life itself, helping people to live a good life. Life is good says, yay, alive when I'm not asleep yet. 22-year-old female from Netherlands. Oh my goodness, we are really European today. Sweden, Netherlands, Norway. Good. Scandinavians. That's good. I like to see more and more. We apparently are a little bit more known in Europe than North America, somehow, I guess. While still we have 33%, I think, it's in North America. The purchases that are being done through the site, and then of course about 11% or so UK, and then Germany, and so on. These are all places that they kind of know our channel. Stian says, I don't like drinking and partying, so I feel that it is nearly impossible to meet new girls. Why? We were in university and I didn't like drinking either, but we would go to disco and we would just order a screwdriver without the vodka, and it would just be a socialized thing. I had orange juice in my cup, but it looked like I'm drinking something. So I was not, at that age we cared like if we were kind of fitting in, but I didn't care. At the same time though, we had something. You can have Perrier and some lemon on it if you think that you gotta look like you're drinking. You don't have to. Just get something that you like, and you don't have to drink. Just be there. Don't be so stiff. Don't be so serious. Be there, get to know them. You're not there to pick up girls. You're just there in parties or social gatherings just to chat, get to know people. Just hello. You're not there for an agenda. Just live. And then you will see, you may find something in common with some girl that you like. Or you can maybe, I don't know, sporting events or exercise or something that you like. Find things in common. Don't feel sorry for yourself. Get off your ass and go make it happen. That's what you are. We are men. We make things happen. And unless you get off your ass, nothing will happen laying on your bed. Nothing. So, it's your choice. You want to let life pass you by? and live in the memory of some relationship that she's already laying somewhere else with somebody else, and you're just there thinking about it? Or you want to get up and go meet life, build life, get accomplishments, feel good about yourself, bring that confidence in you, and let the confidence attract people who want to be friends with you because your energy is flowing. That's your choice. That's your choice. Go. Change the odds. You can do it. Get up. Get up. Don't feel sorry for yourself. Gotta be happy, jubilant. Think about all these people around the world that they're being bombed and don't have anything to eat and no protection and all these miseries. You're in Norway and you're sitting your ass on bed and sobbing. Get up. Get up. Have respect for the people around the world who don't have half of the stuff that you are throwing out. Get up. You can do it. Get up. Be a man. You are. Go prove it to yourself. The only person you got to prove anything is you. And that's your chance. Get up. Now, exactly, Excalibur says, you said everything that was on my mind in your answer, Mehran. Not only do you have a lot of wisdom, you're also psychic. Ah, so you think I picked it up from your mind. How about if you think you picked it up from my mind and maybe you're psychic? Ah, see? Speaking of which, Excalibur says, I think it's fascinating the things in the universe that we can see, which I am sure you believe in. Guys, I think we've done a good job in short time that we had. I love you all. Thank you for the time you spent with me. Please be good to yourself and to the others. Take good care of yourselves and build your life. Focus on the now and live with the flow of the energy of the universe. And move. Just keep moving. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.